Welcome to Butterflies of Wisdom, everyone. Not only today do you have me, you have Fiona, and so without further ado, I'm going to Fiona give a brief synopsis of herself and let Fiona take it away.
Hi, thank you. I'm so excited to be here, and thank you for inviting me. My name is Quiana McCray, and I am a personal development consultant, and I really work with women, entrepreneurs, and leaders in their business, but also in their personal lives to help them infuse just next level self-care, economic empowerment, and then support them in really, for the first time in a really a long time, to care for themselves in a way that they have never thought of before, and to do that without guilt or shame or judgment, to really give themselves permission to take breaks and to let other people help them out, and to really step into the freedom that they wanted when they first started their business. Most of the women I work with, they have gotten away from that. They started their business because they wanted this freedom, they wanted to help people, and then in turn, they have just gotten so exhausted and have taken on all the responsibility in their businesses and in their teams and in their jobs. So that's what I do.
So you're saying to people, it's okay to ask for help.
Yes. Not only is it okay, it is necessary and it is required for you to ask for help, often.
Often. Well, what is your favorite book, Quiana? And it doesn't have to be a business book. It just has to be a book that you go back to time and time again.
Oh my gosh, I love A Return to Love by Marianne Williamson. It is my absolute favorite book right now in my life. Like, I've read it cover to cover several times. I go back to the audio all the time when I just need a reboot. It has helped me through so many phases of my life.
And what has been your biggest entrepreneurial success?
I'm sorry?
What has been your biggest entrepreneurial success?
My biggest entrepreneurial success, I don't want to sound cheesy or corny or anything, but my very first client, she gave me a chance when I started out off on my own many years ago. And at that time, she was stressed over money. She was stressed over taking breaks. She was stressed over things when she was sick, like she would get even more sick because she just would not be so nervous about not being able to pay her bills because she wasn't there to make money in her business. And honestly, probably a couple of weeks ago, she said that she had to have her son run her business because her back was out, and she just took a few days to rest. And even though she did not necessarily, the reason she had to take a break was not a good reason, but had that had been 4 or 5 years ago, she would have fallen apart. She would have been so stressed out, and she was actually able to concentrate on her healing and let her son kind of just run things while she got better. And that brought me so much joy. To one, that she had gotten to a place financially that she could do that, and then two, that she was finally allowing herself rest and self-care and not stressing out by not being there.
Isn't that cool? Isn't that the miracle and all miracles? So, Quiana, what is your favorite podcast that you have listened to?
Oh, goodness. I listen to so many. I love podcasts, so that's a hard one for me to pick. But I can tell you the one that I'm super tuned into right now is Jess Lively, the Lively Show, like she has been talking about just quantum living. And when you talk about next level self-care, it just really intrigues me, putting together kind of the spiritual side and then the science and then the mechanics behind, like the neuroscience, like that's really, their neurological side that has really intrigued me quite a bit.
So, okay, now I'm going to ask the tricky question, and then we'll get back to the easy question. Okay, if a person is listening out there and running solo entrepreneur businesses and with or without a disability, and they have now got themselves under water, and what would you say to them?
Wow, that's a great question. What I would typically say is just stop right where you are, pause for just a moment, and really lay everything on the table. Just kind of just dump it out there. It doesn't have to be pretty, and just walk through everything that you're doing and why. And once that person lays those things out, I think you get it out there and you really take a look at the things, like if they're in your face, I think that at that point you can start to do the work to start to bring your head above the water. I think that's the first thing, to just kind of put everything out there and look at it. And I say that because I think a lot of people are just in it from day to day, and they're just going, they're either picking up where they left off, the late night before, and they're just in the middle of everything, and then things continue to pile on, and you're not really looking at everything that's going on objectively. You're just kind of in it, doing it, just taking things as they come. And I don't know that we stop often enough to say, wait a minute, what am I doing and why am I doing it? And you know what I mean? It's kind of like the old story of the woman who said she always cut off the back of the ham. And her husband asked her, well, why do you do that? She goes, well, my mom always did it. And then when she asked her grandmother, well, why did you do it? And she asked her mom, why did you always do it? She said, well, my grandma always did it. And then when she finally asked her grandmother was just like, well, we didn't have a pan big enough to fit the ham. That was the only reason why. And nobody, no one asked the question, well, why are we doing this? We're just doing it because someone else is doing it. So I just think stopping and pausing for a moment and looking at your stuff is important.
Yeah. Stop, pause, and then look at yourself and get back to something you really enjoy.
Yeah. I think that's absolutely important. And the next thing I would tell people to do, to your point, is to say, like, what is it I'm trying to accomplish? And, like, what is my personal mission? What is my personal vision? And then once people really get clear on that, and like, what is it do I really, really want? How do I want to feel? When they get clear on those things, a lot of times it's 80% of those things that you're doing every day, they're no longer aligned and they really don't matter. And it's just kind of noise in your day. And it's not 80%, some of it's 50%, but a lot of it for most of my clients, they realize, oh my gosh, this was noise and just stuff that I either let people dump on me, or things I didn't say no to, or things I've just always been doing that no longer have anything to do with where I'm going in my life.
Well, that's so eloquent that you say that, because a lot of kids are out of school now, and so you may have to readjust your schedule for self-care and take care of the kids.
Yeah, absolutely. That's definitely my story. My daughters are, they're school age and they're out of school right now. So definitely adjustment in the schedule was necessary. So yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. But you want people to do self-care before they do their business, because if you don't keep yourself healthy, there's no way you can make a profit in your business.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, because when when they're not available and you're not well and you're not whole, we're really no service to anyone else. Mentally, emotionally, we just can't be fully present when we're not taking care of ourselves. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So what is your favorite technology tool that you use on a daily basis?
Oh my goodness. That's also a great question. I really use minimal technology, but if I had to, I guess it would be the normal thing, like my phone. You know what I mean? Like my iPhone. I'm still a paper and pen type of girl. I like to carry around a planner, and I carry around books and journals. We have to communicate, and so I would say if I had to pick a technology, it would be my phone. Nothing fancy.
The host has joined the conference.
Quiana,
I'm here.
I was asking you what your favorite technology tool was.
Yeah. Did you go out? Okay. I was saying that
I did
my favorite
go out.
my favorite technology. I'm not really fancy, and I don't use a lot of tech. I'm still kind of a paper and pen girl, so I use my phone quite a bit. Nothing, extravagant. I use my phone to communicate to people all over the world. So I think I'll have to pick my phone because other than that, I still use my journal. I still use a paper planner. I still have to fill the pages of a lot of different things. So
you still use a paper planner, and I'm just to make sure this is recorded. You guys, hang on, because as Quiana was speaking, my phone cut out, so that's where I went.